Hey everyone, if you're in Maine today or New England or other areas, you know we're supposed to be getting a nor'easter tomorrow. So this is a Jeep that's been in the family for, well, maybe over 60 years now. What I'm doing is I'm just prepping up for the storm tomorrow. So this is my gas tank. I just made sure that that was full. And since it's an older Jeep, it does use lead substitute. So I had to make sure I put a little bit of that in there. I keep a spare tank. Actually, I just put this toolbox in today because I realized, go around the front here, as I'm checking everything, for example, my hydraulic fluid here for the plow, I had to make sure that's topped off. I don't know if you can see inside, but at least it's topped off now. It was almost half empty. And I could tell the last time a plow wasn't working too good. So I have the things you want to make sure you want to check anyway, especially on a vehicle you're not using that much, is again making sure that this is topped off the hydraulic system, topping off the antifreeze. I use a 50-50 mix in that. Let me just go around here to even get you a better view. I have also double-checked my oil because it does use a little bit of oil, not much. I make sure that that's all set full. It wasn't that low. I used a little bit heavier mix because of the older engine. You might like my fancy overflow bottle here for the antifreeze. There are animals around. Next door neighbors have pets, and I certainly don't want them drinking any of that stuff. So that kind of works as a makeshift overflow until I get something a little bit more official. This, though, is what I really like. This is my speed charger. I don't really like those speed chargers. It doesn't really speed charge it. It's a battery maintainer. Now, because I don't drive or use this vehicle that often, mostly really just when we have snowstorms, the battery sits out here, it gets cold, and it's not going to start. It's going to die. So I just plug this in. I leave it plugged in. The light will say when it's charged or charging. It even has a little indicator. You can see here, let me get it a little bit closer. Clamps reversed. Sometimes I come out here at night and I try to remember to bring a flashlight with me so that I make sure I'm hooking everything up correctly. Because the last thing I want is something to happen in my face while I'm here. So really what I would recommend, check your hydraulic fluid, check your antifreeze, check your oil. Again, the battery maintainer is a great thing to have. Let me do a little bit inside here for you so you can see. What I did have to do is I put in a little electric heater just to heat up this window side here, because that's all I really need to see out of. There is a fan there, because it actually does get, even in wintertime, does get pretty warm in here. So sometimes even without the heat on, I can put that fan on to try and circulate that warm air. The only trouble I have right now is because there's no heat on this back section, that tends to get frosted up. The other little modifications I made on it until I can fix the regular lights up front. I didn't really have a backup light, so I put this one on with the manual switch. The last thing that I will show you is I did pick up a set of LED lights. These work really well. The problem I'm having with the main lights, which I would much rather have working, it's going to be my summer project. Might have to rewire it. They don't always turn on, and if they do, they go back off. So if something's going on, I'll have to figure that out. Anyway, this is the Jeep that actually belonged to my Uncle Ray, who is unfortunately no longer with us. And I was very happy to have this in my yard to plow with. What I'll also do for you is, like the battery maintainer, for example, I'll put a link in the description below, because I really find these extremely helpful in this situation. And just so you know, you really can't see that well. I'll get you a view here in the carport to the left. I also use one in my 74 Super Beetle as well. So I hope you found this video educational or entertaining or both. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Especially important, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on other videos that I post. And again, your comments are always welcome. And thanks for watching Finding Mark in Maine.